Okay, back with Paige Bowden. I want to do a quick video, just for you to explain to people, because I talking to you outside of here, I didn't know this either, but SPACAR is a no-kill shelter here in Oklahoma. However, I don't think people understand what that means, like what the details of it mean. I think what some people would hear is whenever they hear no-kill shelter, they believe that if an animal comes to you and they're pulled by you, that this animal, no matter if it gets adopted or not, will never be will never be put to sleep, or I don't know how you would say it, euthanized.
Euthanized, correct.
Yes, forgive me, I'm not great at the things, but can you explain to people that may not understand, in the state of Oklahoma, what constitutes a no-kill shelter?
So it's actually like a nationwide definition, but
Okay.
So I always kind of give this spiel about being a quote no-kill rescue unquote. It's a catch-22 because of course the goal would be to bring animals into our program into safety and give them and find them adoptive homes. I will tell you that the current state of animal welfare in Oklahoma, no matter how hard somebody tries, you're not going to save them all, and you're not going to find them all a home. I'll go into detail about that. So the general public looks at us and they will take advantage of us because they assume that once a dog enters, or a cat enters our program, it is 100% safe. We would never euthanize it for any reason at all, unless it was dying at the end of its long, healthy life. The reality is that with the amount of behavior cases we take in, the amount of medical cases we take in, but more specifically the amount of animals we take in that have to live in a boarding scenario, that is not true. A non-profit, or a no-kill rescue, you think would never euthanize for space, and that is true. We don't euthanize for space. However, with our boarding dogs, if we have an adult dog in boarding, puppies don't stay in boarding hardly ever. If we have an adult dog in boarding and it's been living in a 10 by 10 room by itself for 6 months and we haven't got it adopted yet, it is put on quality of life evaluation. It is my personal belief and the rest of our board members and part of the foundation of who we are and what we stand for, that we are an anti-warehousing rescue. So we're not going to have a dog come into our program and live its life in boarding. That is not a quality of life for any dog. There is also the amount of placeable dogs that could take its spot is extremely, we feel guilty about that. We can house, imagine how many friendly adoptable dogs die in shelters across the state where I'm holding a spot for 6 months with one dog that may be dog aggressive, may be cat aggressive, may not like children, things like that. When they come into our program, they are given a full evaluation, and we give every single animal everything we've got. However, by definition, a no-kill rescue is a 90% live release rate. Rescues, all rescues, you can call yourself no-kill, are allowed a margin to evaluate quality of life and euthanize for behavior or medical reasons and or poor quality of life in general. We find that dogs that sit in boarding either go kennel crazy or they become depressed. So the point behind all that being, if you see a dog in a no-kill rescue, know that it's holding the spot of a dog that's not in a no-kill rescue at that time. It is as important for you to adopt or foster that dog that's in a no-kill shelter as it is a kill shelter, because it's a domino effect. If we get stacked up, like if I were to, let's say I was not an anti-warehousing person, my boarding kennel would likely have dogs living in it for years. And I've only got 8 rooms. So why I mean, why does one animal and or maybe questionably people aggressive dog deserve to live in my boarding facility for years while very nice adoptable dogs die in shelters? It's just not the mindset to me is, I mean, that's easy. That makes sense to me. Not everybody looks at it that way, unfortunately, and we take a very, while many no-kill rescues take the same stance I do, we are just very public about it.
Yeah.
And we will always be transparent with what we have in mind as far as the future for every dog in our program. Our volunteers become very invested in our boarding dogs because those are the ones they're taking care of every day. So we certainly don't make any decision lightly or without much conversation with volunteers, board members, whatever, of the adoptability of that dog and its quality of life.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you explaining that. I totally understand. That's it's about the quality of life of every animal that comes to your shelter, and I think that's very commendable. So I appreciate you explaining that for everybody. Just know that the story is going forward that we're going to be doing for this channel and posting in other places. The dogs that you're seeing are part of those 8 rooms. They're going to be dogs that are coming through there. I want to tell their stories. I want people to get to know them, but I also want to give them a chance to where if they are hard to place, people know that they're there and that a home is needed for them, that is still a very limited 8 rooms. So anyway, thank you so much for explaining that for me. Have a great day.